Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of The Passion Project. I'm one of your hosts, Guru, and over there, my other co-host, Derek.
Hello.
And this is a weekly podcast where we bring in a new guest so that they can talk about a particular topic that they're very passionate about. It can be literally anything. New Year's resolutions, eyebrow threading, creating home remedies, or collecting oil paintings of anime. And this week, our guest is Karin.
Hi.
Hello, Karin. And what have you come to talk to us today about today?
Art.
Wow, that's...
Karin, I want to kill you.
Why?
Okay.
Derek, you love
Okay,
me.
okay, so
Derek, this is
Karin-
on air.
I know, Guru. That's why I said it. Karin, can you tell me more about what sort of awful things you draw?
Derek, most of my worst artwork are stuff we created together.
So can you tell me why you bring these things into the world?
First of all, when you say art, that's pretty, like, it's a pretty
Basic.
broad term. So, not basic, it's a pretty broad term. I find it to be complex. I just went
Karin, explain to us what kind of art you do. I think that's what Guru's trying to ask.
Yes, I was building up to it.
Well, I like to do more figure drawing in general. I could do digital, watercolor. I'm not that great at painting. Pencil, basics.
2D art, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then how long have you sort of been invested in, like, just art, basically?
I think the first time I really started doing it more aggressively, a weird term, but was at
You
the
mean
end
more
of
passionately. That's why
okay.
we brought you onto this episode.
Okay. It was at the end of 7th grade where I got into anime.
Okay, so great episode, Karin. Guru's ending.
Yeah, I got nothing else to ask. I think we could just end it there.
Oh, really?
This is a
Okay, Karin,
fantastic
Well,
episode.
thanks
Okay,
for
no,
letting me
I
drive
have-
an hour down here just for this.
I have a question, Karin. So you say that anime got you into drawing. When did you move on from this misstep in your life and begin drawing things that were acceptable for the average human?
Well, Derek, I still draw missteps. I
When
still
did
draw
you
unacceptable
move on
stuff.
from drawing anime?
Are you a very risque artist?
No, not really. I can't draw any of... My anatomy isn't good enough to draw risky stuff.
So are you implying that you would?
I think we've all been there
Are you?
one time
What
in
are
our
your?
life.
Fantastic. We're only 3 minutes in, but sorry. To get on like a serious note, so you said like anime. What about anime sort of influenced you to sort of get more serious about like creating art? Because I know, at least from my perspective, anime. I watch it often, and like what I like about sort of the stop there.
I'm disappointed. Guru.
Stop. It's good because what's so great about it's so different from
I can't believe
American.
you just
Derek,
said
I
anime
can
was
bring your
good.
past.
It is,
I
because
can bring up your
It's
past.
here's the thing though. It's
Okay,
so.
I will admit I have watched anime and enjoyed it before. but
I
that's
watch
past tense.
good stuff. Okay, the good stuff.
Oh, now you're insulting Karin.
I didn't say she didn't either.
Okay,
She got
girl,
me into
let's
some good
cut to the
shows.
chase.
Okay, I was just saying it's so different from American animation, which is at this point it's just all 3D, like all CGI and stuff. Whereas a lot of Japanese anime, some of it still relies on actual drawing, and it's such a different, more. I said it's meant to be more like adult aesthetic, and so like, but like for you, like, what about that sort of art style, Japanese art style, influenced you to become more serious about art, drawing and stuff?
Well, because it's still a hand-drawn animation, they have to simplify the art style a lot, and I think that made it easier for me to jump into figure drawing. It was a lot more simple, it was a lot more easier to follow with, and that slowly developed, and as I grew, my abilities, my techniques grew stronger, I was able to kind of move forward onto a more realistic perspective.
So, Karin, what is your favorite... I know you said you like digital painting. What is your favorite program to use, or what techniques on said program do you enjoy using?
Photoshop, really. I don't have money for Psy. My mom already had Photoshop, so it was kind of just going along with it. It sucks. It really sucks. I don't know most of the functions. The brushes, I had to create a lot of my own and find good ones online. It's just a process. It takes a while to get used to.
But I think you can still do a lot of, because I've seen a lot of your artwork, you can still do a lot on just the sort of, it is a simple program, but you can do a lot on it anyway, which I think is why it's so accessible to so many artists.
Yeah, true. If people don't know, I was the artist who Guru's Hyper
Oh yeah, that
thingy.
poster. Yeah,
Yeah, the poster. So
incredible poster, incredible artwork.
I'm gonna turn that in for my AP breath piece, whatever. Yeah, I'm taking AP art this year.
No, what you're using art
Yeah.
for my movie?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
gonna
my-
turn that in.
My God.
What is breath piece?
So in AP art, there's two sections: breath and concentration. And breath is basically 12 pieces of you
Breathe.
just normal drawing that you're strong at, that you think that I don't really know how to explain it properly. I'm really bad.
It's okay.
Okay, and concentration is picking a certain topic and basing 12 drawings off of that topic.
So what are you gonna do for your concentration piece?
I've been thinking of doing shrines, hokoras, and temples in Japan and their relations with everyday lifestyle.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. What is your favorite thing to draw?
The face, because I'm most familiar with it.
The face of what?
Oh, that's actually kind of a good question. I don't know. I think I like drawing expressive faces. I wish I was better at that, but I'm not. And I would like to get better at that.
Do you think that has your improvement increased linearly, or would you say that it's more exponential, or whatever the reverse of, like a
Yeah.
not negative exponential?
Have you gotten worse over time?
It's really hard to say because your style.
Sorry, no,
Gee.
continue.
Was that who I think it is?
I think it is.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Surprise guest, but she's not coming in.
Thank
Continue.
God.
Continue.
Don't want her in here. No. It's really hard to judge because your style changes over time and your preferences and taste, and not only that, but your recognition in what's right and wrong also changes. So back when I was drawing really bad stuff, I could have seen it as really great because I didn't know any better. But now I'm able to realize what's better, what's correct, and my art style doesn't fulfill that expectations, and it seems like I'm doing worse. So I can't really judge.
So do you have any specific artists who you like model your style after, or just in general whose art you really enjoy?
I think I read a lot of manga, so definitely whenever I see some interesting perspective shots, I'll like screenshot and try drawing that off. I don't have anyone in particular because I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anyone in particular, but I like realistic stuff. I like expressive stuff, different perspective shots. Yeah. Jake, you okay there?
Oh, I'm fine. I thought you were gonna continue talking.
No,
I
no,
guess
I'm
I was
done,
wrong.
Derek.
Okay. I mean, Guru, have you any experience with the not, I don't want to say not filmmaking part of art, but like drawing or painting kind of art?
No, because I think I'm just not that well experienced in that type of stuff, which is like weird to say because film is like a visual medium, but at the same time, like the most visual I'm ever gonna get with that type of stuff is like making the movies or like maybe taking photographs or something like that. But in terms of like just drawing something from scratch, I've never really been able to hone that skill. But how about you, Derek?
Yeah. When I was young, I used to really be into art, and I used to be one of those kids who everybody was like, "You're good at art," and like
What
looking
happened?
back. What?
What happened?
I'll get into
Where did that sweet child go? The
We'll
innocence.
get to that, Karen. But like, I mean, even though you look back at like things you drew when you were 8, and you're like, this is something the average 8-year-old would draw or whatever. I always used to really like drawing and do a lot of it, and I got really into it, and I still have a ton of art supplies. But then high school started, and I didn't have time. And when I did have time, I wanted to sleep, not draw,
Oh,
which
I
is
know.
really unfortunate. But I started sort of drawing again, but I haven't like gotten really back into.
Well, you did animation last year.
I did, but there's a class at the high school, computer animation, and I took it intending to do the kind of animation where you draw each frame. But the school was under construction, and none of the tablets worked, so I literally would just draw something with the mouse and then animate it spinning and flying around the
He was
screen.
really good at that.
I
though.
actually remember you sent me a Nick Cage animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that made me really happy.
Did he ever open that?
Mr. Miles? I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh.
You
Let's
sent it
hope
to
he
Mr.
doesn't listen to these episodes.
Wait, we never told you about
You
that?
sent it to Brody?
Yeah.
Like,
He
actually?
hates Nick Cage,
No,
right?
yeah, he hates Nick Cage. Marin brought it up as a
Nah.
joke, and he's like, I don't like him.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Why?
Him and I.
But in
What's
the
wrong with
video,
him?
I don't know because like it was like for like when I took creative writing, one of my honors assignments, like I had like nothing to write about because I was just like I was really busy one weekend, so I wrote up something really quick about Nick Cage, and then like he actually gave me like a really low grade on that one.
Wow, he's salty.
No, it's like one. It was actually pretty poorly written, so that was okay. But like at the same time, I'm like wondering like, does he have something against this guy? Which I don't get because like Nick Cage he's great, but
He's a great meme.
I love
he
Nick
is no,
Cage.
he is an actually great actor. He just doesn't pick good roles anymore.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
agree.
not get into the. I
One
mean,
day
I don't
there's
want to get
gonna-
into the flaws of Nick Cage. I want to talk about the good things of Nick Cage.
I know, but I'm just saying one day there's gonna be an
His
episode
expressions.
about Nick Cage. Yes, honestly, think about that. Like
They're really
he's actually a
great.
great actor. You know, he has a very
When he does
nice
the
range of roles.
crazy, I think the more eccentric, ridiculous
No,
roles
no.
he really
I would
fits
say
in.
that my favorite Nicolas Cage movie is The Family Man. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually a really good movie. Like, it's kind of dumb in
Yeah.
some parts.
Oh,
but,
God.
Like,
One of
my
my-
family's seen it so many times.
One of my favorites is like Face Off with him and John Travolta, where like Nick Cage is like a terrorist and John Travolta's like a FBI agent, and they actually like switch their faces.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's amazing, just because like the technology kind of just doesn't
Work?
it works, and
Oh.
they explain it to like a good extent, even though there are some biological things that like they just sort of gloss over. But like their performances are just amazing. It's just a good action movie. In terms of him being a good actor, I would be like, I don't know, Leaving Las Vegas, he won an Oscar for. I've seen parts of that. Raising Arizona is a pretty good movie.
We should just make this episode about Nick Cage.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Have you ever tried to draw anything about Nick Cage?
I watched Derek draw Nick Cage.
Yeah,
It was just his
He
face.
did a really good draw. Like, it looked like him.
yeah.
No, but in the end of the video that we sent for Brody, it
Ah.
flashed like we're watching you or
I
something.
think something like that.
Yeah, just
Oh.
in red.
Oh my god.
The video was like really short because it takes. I mean, Flash is like awful to animate in, so it took a lot of effort to just make him wink and then like smile. But like,
Yeah, I watched the whole process of you doing that,
it's good.
start to finish. It was
And
long.
every day in class, because Karen had a study hall, she would come and sit next to me,
Aw.
provide moral support,
Talk
take
about
my
memes.
every time I would start berating her to get my creative, what do you call it? To get my
Drive?
muse going, my creative drive going. I would just beat up Karen verbally.
He did though. He was pretty cruel during those study holidays.
Wait, what about? I'm gonna try a segue. What about for you? Like no, actually though, like what for you sort of gets you sort of in that mood to like just start drawing or something like that?
During school, so boring.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like you want to do it because you shouldn't do it.
Okay.
It's mostly that. So like,
Bad.
Do you
girl
ever have
Karen.
that feeling of just like, because I felt this way about some other activities where like you're sort of sitting somewhere, like you're doing some activity and all you're thinking about is like, I'm doing this when I could easily be doing something else I really, really love. I feel that way often. Actually.
Except it's often not like I'm doing this, but I could be doing something else. It's more like I'm doing this and I have to do this, but I wish I were
oh
doing something else.
yeah.
So, yeah, you get
But
it.
Mostly
again, like
just
that
school, though.
again is I want to do it because it's something I shouldn't do.
How do you deal with art block?
Bro, I was stuck in it last week and it was bad. It was really bad. Since breath is due on midterms, like I really had to step up my game because I didn't get any of the rubrics on what to do over the summer because I just transferred to my new school. So I was way behind everyone else to begin with. And in general, it takes me not that it takes me a while, but it took me a while to start doing a work that I was like, hey, I actually don't mind sitting down and spending time doing. So I was constantly trashing a whole bunch of stuff. It was bad. And just, I think the whole stress. So this week, since it was the week before vacation, there was just test stress, homework stress, gingerbread house stress. It was bad. I think you just kind of have to mellow down to really, like, not find yourself again, because that sounds horribly cheesy, but just simplify it. It's just you and a piece of paper.
Will you tell us more about this gingerbread house
Yes.
stress?
I think in the episode, I'm gonna mark the time down just so we can just show some picture of it
All right.
in the thing.
It's beautiful. Are we going to use the one where Emma's looking over?
Uh,
Kind of looks like Attack on Titan
Over
shot.
what?
Sure.
Why don't you tell us about
yeah.
what
First,
it is?
set up this project. What was this gingerbread
Okay,
project?
so in my new school, we have homeroom basically every single day except for Friday. And they decided to have a gingerbread contest. And why are you guys both on your phone?
Because I'm marking down the
Sorry,
time. I don't know what
someone's
Derek's doing.
texting
You guys aren't
me.
listening to me.
I am.
I am.
Also, you literally told us this story before the
True.
episode
True.
started.
They don't need to know that,
Then.
Derek.
Anyway, the winner gets a pizza party, and my friend Malia, and my friend Emma, who are all in the same room, we're all in APR, and we're like, we're gonna actually make a decent gingerbread so we can win our team a pizza party. And it wasn't really about the pizza party anymore. It was more like, we're 3 AP kids, we could probably beat everyone's ass if we work hard enough, and we could probably get good at making a gingerbread. So we went over Malia's house, and from 3 to 11 o'clock, non-stop, we made a gingerbread. And I have never hated a gingerbread so much in my entire life.
Damn.
Everything sucked. In the middle, we hated each other so much. Well, we hated the process so much that we started trashing on each other and just laughing horribly. We watched a whole bunch of, like, those B-movie. You know that YouTube meme that's going around?
The B movie?
Oh, the B movie, but every time they say B, it gets faster.
Yeah, we watched a whole bunch of those meme videos. We watched the Lazy Town We Are Number One remixes.
But every time they say one.
We watched a whole bunch of those. Like, it was just, I don't know if it was a bad, good, or bizarre time. Like, it was just crazy, but we won, thank God. And Malia's planning to just stomp on it and throw it outside of her house, because, again, we hate it so much.
Damn.
No one's gonna eat it?
No, because, one, the frostings, it's bad quality. It's those store packaged frosting. We also had to use almond bark, which is a really cheap waxy chocolate that hardens ridiculously hard, which made us able to create such a, it's not extravagant, but just a difficult structure. But it's really hard to eat that.
For those of you who aren't gonna look at the picture, it's they like have like a whole yard. They have a whole pathway.
It's L-shaped.
The house is L-shaped.
They have like a whole like a door made of candy cane.
Shingles made out of Oreos.
There's a snowman. There's a pile of wood. Even.
There's a wood pile. There's little shrubs with like berries and I don't know what.
And then there's on the if people who do look at the picture on the back, you'll see like icicles. There's literally icicles. They went in extreme detail.
And they have little pretzel sticks as a little fence around the yard. They went ham. They went all out.
They went ham. That was a great
fun of me, Guru. Okay.
Your expressions, Derek. I love it.
It was a bad time though. It was
So
just,
okay.
But would you say that it was like worth it though? Like, you know what I mean? Like looking at the final product, don't you ever have like this moment of like yes, it may have been like a struggling process or it may have been a hectic now and then, but like at the end of the day, like you're proud of the product you put out? Or have you felt that way about other like drawings or whatever you made?
well, I've made a lot of drawings. So
I know, but
yes.
like, you know what I mean.
What? What?
What are you looking at?
Education.
Why,
Okay.
Derek? Why?
Anyway, it's very confusing. So, Karn, have you had other pieces of art that you had to do not because you... I know you talked about sometimes you'd start drawing something and you're like, I don't want to sit down and watch this. And finish this, so you just trash it, which I've also experienced. But
so many times.
In like classes where you have to do like art for a project or whatever, have there been other examples of things where you like you don't want to do it, but you have to ruin
for the
yourself?
majority, like when I do art for school projects, it's usually like an essay option or an art option. So I don't have that dreadful feeling as much because like, you chose the better half. But I know I had to turn in a cloth piece for AP art, and I never had wanted to do something different so bad.
What is a clock piece?
It was my leather jacket. It's too bad I don't have a picture of it, but it was that piece, but it took like 4 classes, about 30 minutes when I brought it back home.
Was it like sewing or embroidering? Or...
No, I just had to draw it. It's just tedious
work.
work.
I thought you meant you had to like stitch something. I was gonna be like, yeah, that sounds awful.
It's just tedious work and
but
like.
I got you.
Also, I was using black paper with white charcoal, and like the white charcoal would constantly smudge, so I had to re-erase, smudge again, re-erase, and that was painful.
Wait, did you like have to do that or like more of a personal choice?
It was a personal choice because I didn't want to do anything else.
Okay.
And that just kind of made it easier for a black leather coat to just draw the highlights of it rather than picking out colors and doing it all black and then doing the highlights if it was just a white paper.
I like it though, and teachers give you like that creative option for like these big projects and everything.
I agree.
It's just so much
True.
better than like having to write an essay again or like just something like kind of just boring or sort of routine like that.
But sometimes it's a little painful when they'll be like for me, sometimes I'll be like creative writing option, but you're like, oh, okay, but the prompt is so specific
Yeah,
that
that's
you
true.
don't get to do what you
That's
like,
why
want to
you
do.
need to have Mr. Waddell as a teacher. He'll give you the creative writing option, and then hey, he's great. Okay, he gives you a creative writing option, and it's like such vague criteria. It's great. Why you complaining, Mr. Waddell? Mr. Waddell's great.
Derek, why do you keep looking over there?
There's so many interesting things on that TV.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Win Kim's showing these days, but I guess it's the Christmas season.
What?
Is that Tom Cruise?
Okay.
Oh my God, Derek! Not Derek. Gru!
I thought I saw Tom Cruise. I'm sorry. Whatever.
I was gonna mention something, but I totally. Oh, the best part about being good at art though is that
Oh,
a lot of
so now
times
you're calling
teachers-
yourself good at art.
What?
screw you. The best part is that most teachers aren't that good. So I could do something, and it may not be my best work, but the teachers love it.
Isn't that kind of like at some point it's a bit of a detriment too? You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
you're taking your work to people who like don't have experience in it, and I'm sure you'll like get the highest of compliments because whatever they do is probably never gonna be as good as what you just did. But then if you take it to someone who's actually professional, what if it didn't like measure up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean, and I kind of find that as a struggle right now because, especially art classes in high school, they're just, you have your own style or just try your best, basically, so we don't get the criteria that we really need to develop individually. I think that's kind of nice that we have internet these days, so we can actually see the competition, the development other people have, so you yourself can grow a bit more, but I am definitely hoping for more criteria once I get into college or something like that.
So what about in AP art? Do you get a lot of like? I mean, I'm sure it's like a sort of an intense class being AP. Well,
It's intense because of my own laziness.
Okay, my question is, for the AP art quote-unquote test, is it just a bunch of people who judge your
Oh, yeah, just
pieces
submit a
that you turn
portfolio,
in?
right?
Oh, yeah, portfolio. So like I said, 12 pieces of breath, and you have to send in 5 physical pieces into the
Oh,
place.
yeah.
Most of it is sent digitally, except for those 5 pieces, which you send in physically. And then 12 more pieces of concentration, again, 5 physically sent. And they had this whole rubric. I hated looking at it because it was just absolutely ridiculous. But, like emotionally evocative, original.
Do they give you examples of art that's done well in the past?
Yes. But
Is
I
it-
wish they gave examples of bad art too, so we know what to avoid.
Okay, because for the good art, is it based, how do I put this, like more on effort, like they recognize this person has probably grown a lot and done a lot of good things, or is it literally just like this looks good versus this looks bad? I mean, there's more to it than that, but what I mean is, do they recognize do they look for like very specific anatomical things?
Well, I think
Or, like-
effort is definitely one of the key grading points, but I think it just has to show, one, your overall passion for it, and your, like, how much you put yourself into it in general. Because I did look up bad artworks, like, that got 1 or 2 on a grade, and they were all, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt, not that there was no connection between the pieces, especially for concentration, but it was just typical, not personal. There we go.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
just wasn't personal, and like almost anyone could produce it. You
Okay.
know?
It's also weird AP grading though, because like there's such a huge scale. I'm not sure how it works for like the art thing, but Also, what would you have to do on like the day of that AP exam? Like, do you just bring those 5 physical pieces and like what else would you have to do?
We don't have an AP exam. We just have to send in a portfolio by April 5th or something like that.
Oh, April 5th.
Yeah, it's early this year. It's ridiculously early this year. So we're going to have a major crunch down. Like I said,
was
it
gonna
doesn't
say,
help.
So you have the 4 months to do breath and
Concentration.
Then you have to, and then but then after, like, are you working on both right now, or are you doing all of the breath pieces and then starting?
I would like to do all my breath pieces, but
Okay.
with how much I have done and how much more I need to do, I'm probably going to have to do both at the same time. But
How much do
everything,
you
all
have?
24 pieces have to be sent in on April 5th.
How much do you have so far?
For breath pieces, I think I have like 9. So I need
Oh,
12
that's good
still.
then.
Yeah.
It's not bad considering, again, I started late, really late. But it's still like, you want all of your pieces to actually mean something. Because, like, 1 or 2 of them, I'm just like, I'll leave it in just in case. But if I had a better piece, I would definitely replace it.
Would you? So do you basically spend like from like September to April just working on like these pieces for the AP exam?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do after the AP exam? Just draw for fun.
I guess so. Like, I only have 1 more month before I'm gonna, because I'm a senior, I'm gonna leave. But,
Wait, what?
well, I have 1 month of just free
Oh, you mean after the AP?
classes.
I thought you meant like you were gonna leave in January. Like what?
Yes, girl, I'm moving again. I would, oh my god, I would hate that so much. I forgot to ask you guys, what's like too far to say word-wise?
You have 1 F-bomb.
Yeah.
1 F-bomb?
Yeah, 1 F-bomb and try to refrain from any also vulgar or extremely political statements.
Okay. Didn't Sabrina drop 2 F-bombs?
No, it was like with Nav and Sab, so like it was like 1 F-bomb each.
And then she just used both of theirs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you ask that? Do you have a particularly
No,
strong
that was
statement
one
you'd
of the
like to share?
questions I wanted to ask before we started, and I totally forgot until now.
That's fine, Karin.
Did you?
What?
Why do you have to be so lazy? Did you? Did you like want to express sort of anger over having to move like for senior year?
No, it's just more like, I was about to say something like, nowadays we kind of have those self-degrading humor comments.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? And I was going to make one. I'm like, I don't know if that's appropriate to air. So.
Whisper in my ear and I'll tell you. I think you could say that.
No, it's okay.
That's
I'm
something
good.
I say a
It's
lot.
okay. I've already moved on from it, so it's okay.
All right, sounds good. If you need support, you can call me,
Thanks for
hit
holding
me
my
up, or
hand.
call the hotline for people who need
Yes.
support in the U.S.
Call the Samaritans.
1-800. Please help me and talk to me about my problem.
Yes. That number doesn't exist, Derek.
Wow, really, Guru?
Yes.
Really?
Let me
Are you
see
gonna
what will
call
happen
it?
if I type it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should call Samaritans. They're like a wellness center in Boston. You can talk to them about anything. This is actually a real organization, though, for anyone who needs help.
Oh, a
call
real
them.
one.
Yeah, they're real.
Are you
A
making
real
fun of
one.
Derek, Guru?
Yes.
1-800.
Why are we like this?
What is it?
Why are we
please?
like
Okay, you
this?
know what? This episode just like went out of nowhere in like the first 2 minutes. Okay, it doesn't matter
It's great
anymore.
though because we need.
We literally
please
went. You know
help
who our guest
me.
before you? Our guest is
Mahoney.
Guys,
Mr.
I'm call-
Dennis. Dennis.
I'm calling it. It's working.
Why are you calling them on air? Hang up.
We're sorry. You have dialed a number.
Great job, Derek.
Okay, you know what? I hate that. I'm gonna make that number. I'm taking it and making.
How
it
many
for
digits
myself.
was that, though?
I have absolutely no clue. But I know phone numbers in Italy are 10 digits, so like you can have more digits.
Oh, yeah, in India
it's-
they're like super long. But
Oh
I
my
didn't.
God.
That's great, Guru. Nobody asked.
Derek, screw you.
So, Karin,
that's
why don't
racist,
you-
okay?
Oh, you're the one who's racist because you're assuming
Are
it's
we
about
bringing
race.
this up again?
You know what, Guru? India and Italy have the same amount of letters. And they
What?
both start with an I. So, like, what are you trying to say?
He's checking.
Okay, you know what? That doesn't mean anything. Okay, they're in two different. India's a subcontinent.
Why did you check?
I just kind of went with it. I kind of thought about it and I was like, I'll just try it. Hey, Japan also has 5 letters.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Wow.
Illuminati confirmed.
Honestly, though, like, why is Japan called Japan? Because in
What?
Japanese, Japan is called Nippon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but
It's
isn't it like
totally
something
different.
Like, I think I read about that somewhere, but like there's, I don't know, dumb
It's
Americans
like Germany
just did
and
it.
Deutschland. Like, they're just.
Oh, so you
they're
can
not
speak.
close.
Oh, right, you're taking German.
I'm
Now
not.
you can
No,
speak
they didn't
German,
have
too.
enough kids to take it.
Oh, you take German in your
I
school?
wanted to, but they
Oh.
didn't have enough kids for
Oh,
German
those
one.
uncultured
so
swine.
I know, right? Kids
I wish
that
they
are
would
German
offer
3 and 4.
other languages besides at
Oops.
at WHS or just
Me
in
too.
Winchester in general.
Or like, I know, I have a friend who moved away and she took Italian here and she wanted to take Italian to her new school and they're like, well, we don't have Italian, but you can just have an hour to do Rosetta Stone. Like, if it's something like that, I don't know.
and then wait, didn't Mandarin
I
like
do
Mandarin
want
was
Rosetta
that here, and then it
Stone.
became an OC class.
Yeah.
I wish What?
Felicia took it.
Oh. What do you know?
Yeah, remember?
I did not know that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey,
Remember?
Felicia.
And then.
Okay, don't wave back at me.
uh,
Okay.
And then I wish they would. You know what? I just it's a selfish thing, but I wish they'd offer like Indian languages. Like.
Honestly, they do have a huge bias towards European.
No, I know. I
languages. Like, I'm
understand.
not even
I
gonna lie.
understand, but I wish they would.
European Romance languages.
No, I
specifically.
totally
Yeah.
get that. That makes sense to me. I just wish there could be some
No, but
for
I'm not
for
saying
like
it's a
Asian
good thing.
language. Yeah,
I'm
I know.
saying, like-
Variation. I agree.
At least for Asian languages.
Wait, Guru, you speak
Or like
one of
Arabic
the-
or something. I would take a class.
Oh,
of
but
Arabic.
the writing. Oh,
That'd be tough.
the
I
Or,
know,
or
but I wanna
Hebrew.
do it.
Arabic or Hebrew. Like.
I know.
Hebrew
I
wouldn't
knew.
be bad.
I knew a
Yeah.
girl actually who moved here from somewhere else, and she took Arabic for like 4 years, and she could like write people's names in the language and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was like, that's.
To answer the question, I speak Tamil, which is it's one Indian language, one out of many.
Oh,
Yeah.
never heard of that one.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Thank you.
That's cool,
Thank you
Derek.
very
You're the
much.
only one that can't
Hey,
speak. But you're actually out
I'm-
of us. I think out of the two of us, you pick up languages a lot more quickly.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
Okay, don't do that.
I'm like very basically conversational Italian, but like I want to learn the dialect too, which is in Italy the dialects are so different that they're technically like different languages, but like I'm just gonna learn it as a dialect and pretend I
Okay.
know what I'm
Cool.
doing.
Have
Cool,
you
I know,
ever?
right?
I know you travel to Japan a lot. Do you do like? Is a lot of your sort of artwork sort of inspire like?
Good segue, Guru.
Well, I
But-
get, of course, my concentration.
Okay, I didn't even finish the question.
You know what, Guru? Guru! Come
What the hell, Derek?
Guru!
Answer the question, Karen. It's your moment.
yeah, Connor.
I don't like it here.
God, this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Continue.
I love this episode.
Screw
It's like on
you.
crack.
Last episode before 2017.
Oh, that is. That's true.
This is why it's episode 13, guys. This is why.
Unlucky. Yeah, Connor, you're bringing
This
us bad
year.
luck.
Oh, shit, though.
Yeah. Continue. Sorry.
Okay,
back to the
so as I said earlier, my concentration is based off of the Japanese shrines, temples, and hokoras, so there's a huge inspiration right there. Yeah.
So that sounds so out of context for people who can't see. So
Wait, what was that thing you said? Started in H.
Hokora.
What is that?
So it's basically a very tiny, tiny shrine, and it's for either the really small gods, for very simple purposes like, oh, this huge disease went around the village, so we're gonna make a shrine for the medicine god or something so he could heal our village. Or if you want to take bad luck off of someone, and so all the bad luck would just circle around the hokora instead of people. That's why my
but
mommy
then
won't
wouldn't
go
it
and
be
take
cursed or
pictures.
something? Oh.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to take pictures because I don't know if it's meant for bad luck. I'm like, you would beat her ass
That's
anytime, anywhere,
legit.
but you don't want to take a picture of something. Okay, mommy. Okay.
Hey, I'm not gonna say much, but I did see something. I don't know why it was on the Weather Channel of all channels, but it was a little mini thing about this cursed pillar in it. I think it's Atlanta, Georgia, that like people who touch it or try to move it, like something bad happens to them. It was pretty intense.
And like Gina brought up the statue, the cursed statue, and if people see it, they see it in
Oh
their
yeah, I
dreams.
found this like statue that's apparently really cursed, and if you touch it, you get super bad nightmares. And some people claim that if you even just look at it, you'll get nightmares about it. I don't know, weird stuff.
Yeah.
That part's
honestly
probably
sounds
placebo.
like the plot of like the most basic horror film ever.
Yeah.
It'd be like the most.
Well, it's
Generic.
real, Guru. No, I
Accept it.
Where's your proof?
Wait, Guru.
Where's your
okay,
proof?
I don't. That's why I'm saying I don't know if it's real or not.
Exactly.
Okay. No, there's pictures of it. Like you can look at it.
The thing itself.
Pictures.
Okay, Guru, calm down.
It's
Where's the
part of a
video
traveling.
footage?
It's part of a traveling paranormal museum. Shoot you not. But anyway, Guru. Sorry, this is a distraction.
Continue, Derek. I'm sorry. What was your question? What was your question, Derek? What was your question?
Okay, my question is: as a film buff, I know there's at least one like this, but do you know of a good horror movie that involves people being stuck on a ship with the power out and there's a ghost haunting the ship? Because I think there's one like that, but I think it's bad. But like, is there a good one? Why do you look at me like that?
I'm looking at Felicia, Derek. Get it right. Hi, Felicia.
Our friend Felicia sitting outside in the waiting room.
I feel like she should join
silently
us.
staring.
Yeah.
So,
think
Guru,
she-
are you gonna answer my question?
I don't know of a movie like
Well-
that, Derek.
You're really useful, Guru. Okay, Karin, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch? I know as an artist myself, I know that I
An
enjoy...
artiste.
Oh, oui, oui.
Girl, I'm actually like 1/4 French, so that's offensive to think. I'm kidding. Okay, Car. Do you enjoy watching other people's creative process, like watching them draw or like watching how they come up with?
I've watched a lot of
things?
tutorials
Derek,
on
were you not listening when
YouTube.
she literally said she watched you for like a whole like month
Yeah,
making Nick
true.
Cage?
Yeah, but that's
She already
not
answered the
watching-
question.
That's not watching a good artist. That's like watching your friend try to ride
Oh,
a
are you
bike
calling
and
yourself a
fall
bad
over.
artist?
Yeah, I am, Guru.
How are you gonna defend that? Yes, I watched a lot of Photoshop tutorials on YouTube and all that stuff. The only issue with watching Photoshop tutorials is that it's sped up so much that I don't know what functions they're using, and at times I would spend
Yeah.
just minutes on trying to get that perfect spot so I
Yeah.
can see what they're actually doing,
or
so
like
I can
they'll
do it.
go into great detail with like drawing a line. They'll do 3 things at once, and you're like, "What did you just do?" And like,
Yeah.
there's different versions of Photoshop. People set them up differently. Like,
So like watching
It was
normal
out of this, but-
basic hand paper drawing, it's not as hard to comprehend as Photoshop, which is really unfortunate because I want to use Photoshop more fluently.
so Karn, I want to ask you a question that you're not gonna want to hear. Are you considering art colleges?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say who's Emma.
Actually, no.
Alright,
Let's
let's
answer
do
that
the
question
next
first. Who is this Emma? Who is she?
Okay, so
And you know what, Emma? I hope you're listening
She's
to
a
this.
new friend that wasn't approved.
I want
No,
to hear it
it's
from
not even-
Karn. I want to hear it from her.
Don't say it like that.
Karn, just
Tell
answer
the truth.
question.
Okay, so it starts with Miriam and Felicia calling me like,
Who are Mary and Felicia, just for the audience?
oh, they're shitty people.
They're better than Karin.
Wow, because you're married to one of them. Of course, you would have
Yeah,
a biased
married.
opinion.
Oh, damn.
When's that wedding happening though? Like,
We're
Bro.
thinking after the musical
Bro.
because we want the Shrek cake.
you have to do it when I can come down though. Like, I
So we'll
have
do it
to
when
come.
you can't come down. Great plan. Okay, so tell me more about this, Emma.
Well, ladies and gents, we're having marriages on this show soon. It's gonna be so
Guru,
fun.
we should have a wedding ceremony.
Oh my,
as
an
episode.
interview
should.
for you and Miriam. And
Oh,
girl
I'll
can
shoot
be the
myself
host.
before I go on the show.
Can I be the priest for your wedding?
Oh my
No.
god!
What do we know?
No.
Can I
Why
be
not?
The ring bearer.
I'll-
aka the
I'll
Lord
get
of
a-
the
Answer the
Rings?
question.
I'll get
this is a diversion,
ordained.
so we don't have to talk about Emma.
Wait, are we still gonna talk about
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay. Felicia and Miriam called. Again, they're shitty people.
Wow,
Um,
powerful language.
But Felicia's nickname's Angel and Miriam's Loser. So you can kind of get the gist of what they're like. Anyway, they called me saying, we made all these rules for you in your new school. You don't talk to anyone, sit with anyone at lunch. You're going to be a loner all year. And if you make a good friend, you got to tell us immediately so we can, like, not interrogate
them.
them, but, like, get to know them. And I kind of went, yeah, okay. Whatever.
You agreed to
Not
the
like good
terms.
joke, but just I just want to get this over with. And then Emma, I became good friends with Emma, and I spilled it to Miriam or Felicia. I forget. At one point, I'm like, yeah, me and Emma
Now you
might
can't
go
even tell
check
your own
out.
friends apart.
That's true.
Oh my god.
I told, I think it was, yeah, again, Miriam or Felicia that I was planning on going to Mass Art for a tour, and maybe I'll bring Emma along with me because she's also an AP Art. Like I said, she was the one who made the gingerbread with me. And then Miriam went apeshit on me, then Felicia went apeshit on me, and then every now and then they'll bring up, how's Emma? How's Emma doing? Like, really condescending. Not
How is
condescending,
Emma?
but fine? I don't know.
Is she doing okay?
We won
I
a
heard about this
gingerbread
thing.
competition. Like, we're doing great. We're doing great.
Okay.
Have these experiences influenced your artwork in any way?
Yeah, tragic past.
Mhm.
No.
Wow, that's really disappointing, actually.
Damn.
So you never had anything traumatizing that fuels your artistic rage?
Yes, but most of those are trashed.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about
that's
off the
also
not
disappointing.
like sad events, but like any like sort of like do like life events ever influence like what you plan on drawing next?
Not really. No.
No vent art. Do you post on DeviantArt and put a really long story in
No,
the
I
description?
don't. Oh, there's Loser. There's Loser.
Wow,
There's
guys.
your wife, Derek.
After this whole story,
wife.
now in the waiting room sits Miriam and Felicia. Wowzers.
You really got to interview those two together. Something
One
like
day.
that. One day.
One day.
Let's
One
interview
day.
them about what bad friends they
Okay,
are.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really draw emotional stuff. Maybe because I just don't like really putting that out there because it is personal.
Yeah.
It is.
I actually find that like in a lot of my writing, I like to sort of include it in a way because I feel like I don't know, like real life it's so dramatic in and of itself, and like what inspires good art is like often conflict, or at least in films it's often conflict, and so I think and it's also a way for me to like connect with my own work more because if I include a personal detail or some of my own sort of experiences and or struggles, it makes the work more personal for me, and then that's so I don't mind doing that often. It's because like no one watching it will. No one
Yeah.
watching it is gonna know if it or
Now
reading it.
they'll know.
Well, well, they don't know what part of it was real or not real. You know what I mean?
I think
They won't
Sure.
know. They won't know.
I think it's easier to write it than draw it too. Because a whole bunch of the stories that I wrote for creative writing, like that
was about
first
to ask.
transformation one, like that was pretty personal too. It very obviously personal considering the names and everything. And I know that definitely when I was moving, I wrote a whole bunch of stuff based off of those emotions. So I think just writing in general is easier for me to express it rather than because you can put in a different character and you can put in a different name. And I think it's a lot harder to express with art because there's no words and it's just one still life picture.
So speaking of, other forms of art, and writing is a form of art. Do you also enjoy writing as an expression of your artistic? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know the answer. It's yes.
Do you enjoy writing as well as like drawing and stuff?
Yes. Well,
I called it.
yes, because it's a different medium, but I can't do it as efficiently as drawing.
Efficiently.
What
What does
do you?
that mean?
It means I love you.
That's weird. That doesn't. Okay, how does
Wait,
not
whoa,
being able to write
whoa, whoa,
efficiently
whoa,
translate to I love you?
whoa! What?
That's how you
We have a
distract people,
confession
Guru.
on
What?
show,
That's it.
Guru.
Guru, did I ever tell you about what I did to Kay with I love you? She used to be really aggressive to me in the hallways as like a friendly way, but she would come up to me and be like, "What do you want, bitch? You want to fight, bitch?" And it was like really aggressive. And one day I got really tired about it. So when she came up, I kind of like, Derek, get your hand out. I entwined our fingers together and I just looked at her and says, "I love you."
And
And she just stared back. She's like, "I love you too." It's just in the middle of the hallway.
that's
Okay.
art. That's
People must have
okay.
hated us.
Also, why did Derek need to hold? This is an audio podcast. They can't see it anyway.
It's
Yeah, Karn.
Gosh.
Did you hear that noise? That was me hitting her.
Actually, we never actually
Abuse.
answered the other question Derek asked about if you're going into colleges
it's
for
Yeah.
art. I know you
I have a
mentioned
friend
math
who went
art,
to
but like,
mass
is there
art.
any place else?
We've looked into Mecca
Wait,
Which is
okay, you need to be
mean-
more specific.
College of Art.
Okay. I was a little confused.
I'm checking out colleges in Montreal, Canada area.
Culture.
What?
Nothing.
Would you ever go to college in Japan for art?
Debating about that, but I don't think my Japanese is strong enough. So that would be a bit of a shame. Also, art school in general is such an not ambiguous choice, but like I feel like you could spend the same amount of time and money in another efficient way.
Would you consider not going to college? And I know we have personally talked about this. What the hell, Mary? So that aside, for those of you who don't know, I was just talking to Karen, and then she was making faces at someone behind me, and I turned around and Miriam.
You guys are gonna have to cut a lot of this audio.
We're
No,
not
we're not
editing
cutting.
anything.
Oh, really?
We're not editing. We Derek and I
We gave up.
Quick
That's
detour. We decided a long time ago. I think after episode 6 or 7, we're not editing any episode anymore.
Yeah, it was like
That makes sense as
9
to
or
why
10.
they began like to be 1 hour episodes rather than the 50 minutes.
That's
as
great,
they were in the
Karen. This is
beginning.
irrelevant. So what I was gonna say was, would you consider not going to art school? Shut up, Guru. Would you consider not going to art school and just taking commissions and using the money to, I don't know, do things?
I think I need the criticism though to be able to make art good enough for commissions. And maybe I'll take the classes and then drop out and never graduate, but I do think I need the hard not atmosphere or just a place that can actually help me realize what I'm doing wrong and how I can fix it.
think that's a good reason to go.
It is a good reason, Karin. What is your opinion on? No, that's not a good question.
On college?
Sure.
Well,
Not art
yes.
college. Art college. What is your opinion
Yeah.
on like the value of getting like an art
I
degree?
think it's
And not
way
just
too
the value
overly
of it.
priced. I think art
Ooh.
college is way too overly priced in general.
Talk to us.
I know RISD is like, that's like the Harvard for art college, and that place is expensive.
How much?
And I don't know, I just know it costs a lot. I don't really want to remember the number, because it's just terrifying. I think they cost too much, and I don't know, it just, I feel like they just make it more expensive because it's just such a selective field that it's not like just basic math and English that everyone needs to take. People will get desperate to take specific art classes to get better, so they can jack up the prices as much as they want to. And it doesn't help that colleges right now in general are all expensive.
Mhm.
So,
What's your opinion on the types of art classes? Like, I mean, in movies and stuff, they put like the art class, so it's basically just a model drawing class
Yeah.
or whatever. But obviously, there's different kinds in that. What kind of classes would you, regardless of whether they exist or not, what kind of classes would you be interested in taking?
definitely model drawing classes. I need a lot more of that. And when we did an AP art, it was so fun. So great. I should definitely, I want to take a Photoshop class specifically meant to use it as a drawing software rather than photo editing software, because that's what unfortunately the high school Photoshop was about. So I couldn't really learn much about different ways that I can fix my drawings and different things that I could take advantage of.
I was gonna ask a question, but now I forgot it.
Oh,
Derek
okay,
asked
Guru.
something.
Well, like, I'm friends with Karin, unlike you, Guru, so
Oh.
we've
Oh
my
had
God,
conversations at
wow.
length.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay then. Why are you assuming these things about our friendship,
Pew,
Derek?
pew.
Gosh.
I know these things because Karin is a closer friend to me. Oh, okay, Karin.
Wow.
Wow.
This has
Um,
been such a
dirt is
whirlwind of an
coming
episode. Gosh.
I think I need to throw out my emotions. After
No,
this.
Derek, give it all to Ma'am.
Wow.
She's right there. Just express it all to her.
Oh.
She's probably starting to feel self-conscious.
Doesn't my wife look so beautiful today?
They're gonna have a Shrek-themed wedding with a Shrek cake after the Shrek musical.
Oh my god.
Hey, Gru, did you know that the original idea for Shrek was a teenager?
Okay,
It's so
Guru,
creepy.
Write down this time because we're gonna put the picture in
It's so creepy.
Of what?
of teenage Shrek concept
Oh,
art.
okay.
Instead
It's
of a
really
middle-aged Shrek, it was gonna be a
weird.
teenage Shrek, and he's all thin and everything. It's so creepy.
Oh, so now you're talking about weight. Okay.
You
Karin.
wait, did you? I think you sent me like, yeah, that was.
It was weird. For me, it
Yeah,
was weird.
I felt
It
like
was
you sent a positive comment though.
I did. I loved it. It's the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I want it engraved on my gravestone. I almost said my grave tomb.
Oh man, I find weird stuff on the internet.
So, Karn,
Hmm?
who do you think? Okay, what do you think is a mark of just plain old bad art? I don't even mean like you look at something like the elbow's a little wrong or like the colors like aren't that great, but like what makes something bad?
Oh my god, that's. I feel like that's such a touchy subject.
Just say it. Safe
Um,
space.
I think it's touchy just because art is it's inherently subjective, which is what makes it so amazing. Like anyone can sort of like go at it in like their own perspective or have an opinion on their own perspective.
So it's all like opinion based. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's the problem with like, is this quote unquote bad or is it just their style or something like
Yeah, exactly.
Again, I think it all depends on how personal and how much of themselves are in the artwork itself.
that? So you encourage painting with bodily fluids?
Bruh, if that's what you want to do, then like it's if it's your own bodily fluid or
It
someone
needs to be
else's
personal on a
consensual-
physical and emotional level.
Yeah, you know that there's a painting at the MoMA that it was like some sort of metal, and these four guys got super high on some sort of drug, cocaine, I don't know, and they just peed all over it, and it's sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay.
Oh man, Guru, we gotta get together. Okay, pay for college. It's gonna happen.
Wait, but I'm just so do you think like I guess on the flip side, like what makes art good is like at least a critical quality is that it needs to feel
Personal and it needs to feel like effort's in it. Because again, when I went to the MoMA, I remember that the featured artist had most of her work, like, there's some sort of thought and effort put into it, so it was fine. It wasn't really my type of art, unfortunately, but there were about 7 or 8 canvases of just empty mussel shells glued on. And I had never wanted to just punch something so hard because this woman's getting paid thousands of dollars, and people that actually do really intricate stuff can get commissioned for like $15, $20, $25.
Sorry.
No, you can
Like, it's more about the name rather than the art.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. For me, I don't think you can, like, definitively say something is bad other than saying something like, oh, like, this, like, the anatomy doesn't work or something like that. But especially with modern art, it's the issue of, is this something where the artist had a concept, had an idea, and went through with physically representing it, even if it is in a more modern way? Or is this someone saying, I'm going to take these pieces of paper that are colored and cut them into shapes and glue them on and say it's, like, my inner childhood trauma? Like,
That's my thing. That's why I wanted to ask you about, like, your opinion on modern art, because I feel like in the past few years, modern art has become something like, it's so... What? Hey.
He keeps winking at me. It's gross.
Okay.
Derek, this is a safe zone.
Okay. Modern art is becoming something sort of like abstract, sort of overweighs all, and like it's sort of like what Derek was saying. Like people can just like throw something onto a canvas or like paint these random blotches and be like, oh, it's about like my inner trauma or like the the flaws of the world, all this like random stuff. So like, what is your opinion on like how the state of like what modern art is like right now?
I actually don't really know. Cause
do you not know or do you not care?
that's a good question. I probably don't. Well, I care enough because some people aren't getting the money that they really deserve for some of their work. So I think like once that levels out, then I couldn't care as much. Again, it's all opinion based, and I think the only thing that upsets me is the name rather than the art. Like everything's about the name.
Like, Guru, are you taking humanities?
No.
No, you're not. But for humanities, which I was going to take, but it didn't end up fitting for my schedule, one of the summer reading books was Providence, which is about this guy started forging all this artwork. And the Providence is basically the history of the artwork. So, for example, like Picasso painted, he gave it to this person, who gave it to this person, who gave it to this person, so you can track it and make sure it's real. And basically, this guy would paint the forgeries, and then the person he was working with would come up with the providences. And, like, to this day, there's still a ton of forgeries that, like, they can't tell if they're real or not because he forged the providences. But it brought up the question of there were all these paintings that would sell for thousands and thousands of dollars, but once they were revealed to be forgeries, even though it's the exact same picture, suddenly it's worthless. And it's the question of, is art valuable, like truly valuable, like based on how it actually looks, like you said, or is it starting to become a name brand sort of thing?
I agree.
That's great. So it's your episode. What else are you gonna say?
I don't know, man. Like we only like half of it did we talk about art.
I know, but it was
Like,
great. I
honestly.
can't wait for people who normally listen to it to like.
I
hear
can't
this.
listen to it. I'm so sad.
Why not?
Why?
Well, because I hate hearing my voice.
Oh, me
Oh, okay.
too. But I do this podcast.
Send it to your
every
friends,
week.
please. I mean, I thought like Derek and I listened to these episodes after we're done with them.
Oh, I think the only time I ever did that was the first episode because we didn't take notes while we were recording.
Derek sounded so funny in the first episode.
I
like
hate my voice.
it was like everything was fine until you, in the very beginning when you said hi, like really sheepish. Ugh. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just funny. In the second episode, you were
You're
going all
mocking
like
me.
Roman history.
Yeah, the
Crazy.
second
What?
episode was Charlotte.
Yeah.
That is
right.
honestly
up
the
a
most.
Hammurabi's
I
Code.
commented
Yeah.
on that one. Did you see my
Yeah.
comment? Yeah.
That was honestly like the most serious episode we've had to date. But that's okay.
I don't know. I thought Emily's was pretty serious. Like
Well-
it brought up a.
Well, yeah, but like
fine.
fine. And the first 2 episodes were very serious, and
Yeah.
then after it's been a wave of things. Well, actually, this week's episode, which is Mr. Mahoney's, is pretty.
I mean,
I really enjoyed that episode. I really enjoyed this episode too, Connor.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed
I
talking
didn't.
with you
It was
guys.
a waste of my life. How
Derek?
long has this been recording, Guru?
54 minutes, 28 seconds, and counting.
Wasted 54 minutes and 28 plus seconds of my life on you.
Do you still have to leave at 3?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you can't come over to Miriam's house?
No, and I wouldn't even if I could.
But. Okay. Oh.
Guru, can I do the outro this time?
What?
Karin sucks. Her art sucks. Everything about her sucks. And this episode is worthless. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
I love you, Karin.
My soul is an empty void.
Do you have anything else to add?
Yes, I want to drop my final F-bomb.
Okay.
Okay.
Your soul F-bomb.
My first and last.
Was it 11,000 people that voted for Harambe or 1,100?
That was fake.
That was fake?
It was fake.
Okay, thank God.
I think it was 14,000 anyway. It was all fake though.
2016 was a fucking mess. Okay, I'm good,
good.
girl.
Great.
We're done,
All right.
we're done.
Yay! All our other episodes. Stop copying a
Guru,
second.
shut up.
No. You know what? I need to just go subscribe to us on YouTube. All our other great episodes
Look
are
at
there.
Karin's art. It's good.
Guys, I
Yes.
promise the other episodes are not as ridiculous as this, other
I
than the
don't know if I
living
can
ones that's
promise
coming
that.
up.
Yeah. Oh, we'll don't mention that yet. That'll be a big surprise for people.
Oh.
And yeah, you heard me, Derek.
But
You
yeah, their
heard
other
me.
episodes are a lot more serious. this was just a mess. We haven't seen each other in months, especially you, Guru, because I don't talk on the phone with you.
We have to talk more, Karin. We have to talk
We
more.
should.
Actually, you should.
Yeah,
She's
you
mine.
need to. I need to contact you either Facebook or another Wi-Fi messaging.
Can we do this
'cause
after the
there's no
episode ends?
What?
Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yes. Happy New Year's. Enjoy 2017.
Ciao, ciao.
Enjoy the
I think
last
this
few
comes
days.
out- Oh, just kidding.
It'll be the last. It'll be like the I don't know 30th. It'll come on the 30th. So you know.
Breaker.
I know.
What's 2017 gonna be about? You know how 2016 was
2017.
about realizing things?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Our first guest for
No.
2017 is gonna be our good friend Nate, who's gonna talk about civic engagement. That'll be a very.
That's great, mate, but it's too late.
Okay, we're gonna end the episode now.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.